back to my channel. Bob Duggar may be preparing for a legal battle with his son-in-law, Derick Dillard. So back in December, Derick Dillard actually announced that he was going to be coming out with a book where he would tell about his experience with the Duggar family. For months now, Derick has very openly been feuding with his father-in-law, Bob Duggar. Bob has kind of he's kind of been more quiet. He's kind of kept things really private. He don't really speak out about the situations between him and his children or his son-in-law. But sources are saying that behind the scenes, he is preparing for a legal battle, that he has 5 top-notch attorneys behind him in his corner willing to take on this battle for him, to either try to stop Derick from coming out with this book or to make him at least regret it if he does. So the Hollywood Gossip actually spoke to a former employee of the Duggar family, and they say that Bob has every reason to be extremely fearful of Derick coming out with this book. They say one of the biggest allegations in this book is that Bob does not pay his children for the show that they're on, that they get paid by TLC, but it doesn't go to the kids, it actually goes to Bob, and he keeps it. According to Derick, Bob creates the impression on the show and to everyone else that the money is being evenly distributed amongst the family members, but that's not the case at all. That in reality, he has found a contractual loophole that allows him to keep his kids' salaries for himself. The source said that when the kids become of a certain age, the money's supposed to go to them, but that's not exactly what happens. Needless to say, Bob keeps all of this money. Every once in a while, he may give the kids a little bit here and there for an allowance or for a gift, and then he actually expects them to thank him in return for them getting what's already theirs. Now, the source that spoke with the Hollywood Gossip actually said that Derick has every intention on doing this book, and if or when he does this book, Bob will be done. So I'm sure Bob is doing everything that he can to make sure those 5 big attorneys can try to put a stop to this. The source that actually spoke out said that he actually thinks of Bob as a mental contractor. That's what he calls him. He says that he builds the kids up to be the way that he wants them to be. But what happens is when the kids get out into the real world, they see that it's a lot different than what they thought growing up. And sometimes they actually kind of stray away, which is seamlessly what seems to be the issue with their daughter Jill. Or at least maybe in this case, she married a man that thinks for himself, and if Bob is in fact taking advantage of his children and not paying them the way that he's supposed to, Jill actually got her a man that is willing to stand up for her. Now, another allegation that's supposed to come out in this book, which is not really shocking to me, and I don't think it'll be too shocking to anyone, is that his control over his family is more like that of a cult leader than a father. The source says that Bob has instilled and browbeaten and berated these kids and built them the way he wants them to be. And then when they get a taste of things that aren't his way, he just can't handle it. So I have a feeling things are gonna get really ugly. Now, Bob may not, he may continue to be quiet about the subject, but I feel like if they have to go to court, if Derick puts this book out or tries to put this book out and Bob tries to stop him and this does go to court, I feel like Derick is going to be even more vocal on Twitter about what's going on, you guys. I would love to read like a tell-all about the Duggars, because that family, there's some secrets going on in that house, and I kind of want to know what they are. What do you guys think? I also would love to hear Jill's opinion and her side of this. I mean, the religion that family has been brought up in, the men in the family, they're like the spokesperson. The women just kind of have to sit back and, be meek and mild and very quiet and soft-spoken, and they don't really get to stand up and speak unless spoken to, or unless, their husband basically gives them the authority to speak. So I do know that Derick, last I remember reading, Derick is also a member of that religion as well. So it kind of may be the same thing. But I would love to hear what Jill has to say about the situation between her husband and her father. How does she feel about it? How does she feel about her husband coming out with this book? I would love to kind of get all sides of the story, you guys. What do you think? If Derick comes out with a book, would you guys buy it? I would definitely love to read the book, you guys. I think it would be packed with a lot of accusations and a lot of secrets. You let me know your thoughts. Would you read it? If he happens to come out with it, maybe I'll get it and we could do like a story time. I did, in fact, order Leah Messer's book. So if you're interested in kind of hitting the highlights of that book, make sure you follow this channel, click the notification bell so you can actually come along for the ride with me when I go over that book. And if Derick Dillard comes out with a book about the Duggar family, I will make sure to grab that one as well, and we can kind of cover that on this channel too. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, everyone.